Hi, we're here with Latest Things with Liam Thompson. We're here with Superintendent Nikki Woodson. This is our first edition. We're just going to ask her about a few things about the township as a whole as we start the school year. So what are your thoughts on the school year so far as a township?
Sure, Liam, thanks for having me. I'm thrilled to be your first guest and can't wait to see the other features you will have in this newly created space here. It's well done. The school year is off. Like many in Marion County, we are several weeks into school. It was one of the smoothest starts for school as far as transportation that I have seen in my 10th start of school here in Washington Township. But certainly when you have 1,600 employees and 12,000 students, there's lots of things to work through. There's some bumps along the road, but overall, it's been a tremendous start to the school year. I've already attended athletic events, just appreciated seniors at soccer night for their match against Pike Township, I believe it was. So it's a wonderful start to the school year. You know, I think it's always fun when homecoming time comes because it truly feels like you're into fall by that time. So I'm looking forward to that in several weeks. But it's been great. How was the start of school year for you? I always love to hear from the student point of view.
Good senior year.
I know you're not being interviewed, but I'm always curious to know.
Next question we have is, when will a decision on start times for next school year be made as far as for the middle schools, elementary and high schools?
Absolutely. This is one of the big topics. This is not a new topic, however. The school board and administration has been studying this topic for the past year and was evident in the information that was gathered by students that has been shared with administration and the school board last year was great. But this is an important decision. So our main goal is to align to the body of research out there saying adolescents, which includes middle schoolers as well as high schoolers, should start school later than current at North Central. Our middle schools currently align with that research with their late start, but North Central does not. And so the big question is, can we align to make that happen for North Central students? That obviously means somebody else has to go first or early. So we are reviewing that. If you can think of a puzzle and trying to put a puzzle together, but you are trying to figure out all the puzzle pieces and make sure they fit exactly, because the second a puzzle piece does not fit exactly in this big matrix of transporting thousands and thousands of kids on both ends of the day, it can create a major stress on a school corporation. So we are trying to make sure that we're reviewing everything. We've hired an outside consultant to take a look at our routing, to take a look at the proposed hours of starting elementary first perhaps, and then North Central, and then keeping middle school around the same time. That doesn't come without some flex and some give and take and some decisions that have to be made in order to make that happen. With every decision, there's a reaction to that decision, and with every scenario, there are people who like that scenario and there are people who don't like that scenario. So certainly with our current scenario, we've got pros and cons with that, and in any scenario we are looking at, there are people who like it and there are people who don't like it. So we have to look at what's best for the whole district. We certainly have heard North Central students loud and clear that you want a later start time, not just to be able to sleep in, but because it meets adolescent research, and we certainly want to try to align with that if we are able to with the logistics that we have here in the district. A big question I get, especially from students, is why can't all of secondary just start at the same time and then have elementary start at the same time? The answer to that is because we don't have enough buses to make that happen. It would be a multi-million-dollar impact to our budget to buy the amount of buses needed to make all of secondary start at the same time. After you buy those buses, that's a one-time expense. Then I've got to put bus drivers on those buses, I've got to put gas in those buses, and I've got to maintenance those buses on an ongoing basis. So it is an insurmountable cost to do a two-tier busing, which is what that's called, all of secondary starting at the same time, and all of elementary. You can see around Marion County where that has been tried, and it's not sustainable. So we've looked at what others are doing, certainly are working very, very hard. The decision on this very important topic will come by the end of the semester. So by the time you head to winter break, it is our goal that the school board has received enough information and has been able to vote on the school hours for next school year. We know for students this impacts a lot of things: athletics, after school activities, jobs. So we want to give everybody plenty of planning time.
Next question is, what kind of changes can we expect to see from the referendum money specifically within the high school and with different facilities for performing arts, athletic facilities, everything that comes with that.
Absolutely. Well, we are in the midst of constructing 2 brand new elementary schools right now, Willow Lake Elementary and Clearwater Elementary. If you want insight into what those amazing facilities will look like, we have video on our website that students, anyone from the community can check out. So that's in construction right now. We have also begun the design process for 5 other schools, 3 elementaries and 2 middle schools. Details of that are on our website as well. And North Central is not far behind. We will actually start the design process for North Central in 2020 or the late part of 2019. There's a lot that goes into choosing the professional partners. And then construction is slated to begin in 2021, which will last through 2023 here for North Central High School. We have a map on the website which shows all the areas that will be heavily impacted with major renovations here at North Central. I can highlight a few for you. Certainly the performing arts areas, the auditorium, the student activity center, the media center, front offices. We need to create a safe and secured entry in the front of North Central High School, the science areas and science classrooms. So we do have a map currently on the website highlighting all of the areas and giving a descriptor of the highlights and renovations coming to North Central that we're very excited about. We couldn't do this without the support of the community, who in November 2016 said, yes, we want improved facilities for our schools. So we're very excited about things to come here for North Central. Awesome. Athletic facilities, we are doing a current assessment with a professional partner of all of the athletics here on Central Campus, and we plan to share that out with the school board and do an analysis of things to come and some master facility planning behind that by the end of the calendar year.
All right. You heard it here from Dr. Woodson. There's a lot of changes coming within the township this year and the next few years, so stay tuned for those. I think that's all the time we have today. Thank you for coming today, Dr.
Thank
Woodson.
you. I appreciate it.
Be sure to tune in. We're going to be doing these very frequently with lots of important people around the township, so stay tuned. Thank you.